All right. I am back. Hopefully I have my settings right, because I just jumped on in. Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. So I tested it and it does work now. So let us just do that one more time, just because, you know, it's good. It's a good cause. All right, so I'm gonna do that, gonna do that, gonna do that. I'm gonna type in third times the charm. And then do that thing again. So it's funny because I can... so as a heads up, actually, this is really important to know for people, because I know for some people this is a incentivizer. When you do donate, as long as you've provided your email address, you will be emailed a receipt for your donation. So if your work does donation matching, that allows them to be able to do that. If your work does, or sorry, if you are in a country where you can claim charity donations for receipts, there we go, we can see it. Yeah. If you can claim donations as tax deductible in your country, that receipt is useful. So things to incentivize people. Plus, I am going to steal from the book of Jenny Joyo, and I am going to, as soon as I have my stickers, I'm going to send those along if you've donated over a certain amount. Another thing that we're going to be doing, I need to assemble this. I plan to start assembly over the weekend. There is this just beautiful Mando and Grogu statue that, or bust, I guess it's a bust, that Craft and Canvas, so gonna do a little exclamation mark craft. Nope, I have to do full thing. Ah, yes, craft does work. Yeah, so the lovely Craft and Canvas had sent me some stuff. Me and her are planning a collaboration. So we're going to do a co-stream. So I'm going to be painting this up in return for, it's a lovely little thing that she sent me. And I'm going to, I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleanup. But overall, I'm really excited because this is my first bust, and I really hope I do a good job on it. It is a beautiful sculpt. It is just gorgeous, and it's actually very emotional to look at it, because it is from that moment in the season finale of season 2 of Mando holding Grogu, and Mando takes his helmet off, because if I recall correctly, Grogu never got to see his face before that. So it's a very big deal. So I'm gonna put this off to the side because I'm not doing that today. It's so good. It's super tasty. It was very touching. But something a little less touching, I'm going to be working on this. So let us get some metal paint. So I'm just going to grab like a junk brush here. And so yeah, so this is just a big old chonky brush. And where's my dry palette? Because this thing does not cooperate with wet palettes very well, in my own personal experience. So, what we're going to do here, just get a little bit of that on there, and mix that in. And we're just going to start. So actually, Craft, this is the Vallejo metal color that I was referring to. Is it working? It is working. Yes, you can see the Tiltify donations now when I do it. Luckily, so. I mean, in the end of the day, it's the donation itself that matters, but I know, we want to make sure that people can see and get the excitement going for, the charity. It does matter, so I know that it's kind of an important thing. Here we go. I have a little thing in there. Get that out of there. But yeah. How are you doing today, Craft? Are you doing well? Yeah, so a lot of this is just going to end up being a metallic color. And this is actually probably going to be the same paint I start off with Mando's helmet, too. It takes 2 coats, but it comes out really nicely. You can see how reflective that is. You are having a good time? That's good. I think I asked you if you were having a good time. Or a good day. I tell you, my brain is like... Whew. Short-term memory, not great. I think it's because I have a lot of things going on right now, and I'm just trying to keep track of all of them. And Craft, if you know anyone who would want to partake in the little charity thing, you don't have to. No one has to, really. But if you know someone who would be interested in partaking in it, let me know, because I do have it set up as a team charity on Tiltify, so that multiple people can work together. Because, what was it? For the Trevor Project in the month of June, collectively, all the streamers and YouTubers that partook managed to raise over $150,000. That's just remarkable. So I want to get as many people to help in, to get as much coverage with it, to assist as possible. Yeah. Because, anything we do as individuals, we can do better if we do together. Someone's going to be like, well, actually, there's this one thing. Bananas. It's all good. Everything better together. Yeah, I'm going to stick to it. That is amazing. It was really... It was remarkable to be just a part of that. Like, just knowing that, even if it's a small part, like, being able to achieve something like that, it was very good. All right. So I've got just a couple of these here. I should probably have my paper towel. Oh no! Oh no! The illusion is broken. Yeah. And things are a little cooler here. We're still in the mid-20s right now. We're going to have another little heat bump, but I don't think it's going to be anything like what we were facing not too long ago. Actually, I think what I want to do is, before I start going more on here, let's add a little bit of color. Just a little bit. We're going to go back and forth between color and dark. So this shade of blue here is going to be what we do as the base. It's going to be, the idea is what this car looked like before it started getting beat up. I like the idea that of how orcs work in Warhammer, with their belief of colors has some actual effect on the world around them. So, and actually, orcs are where I kind of got inspired by the green is best for the name of the fundraising campaign. I can see I'm going to have to do multiple coats with this, so that's okay. Might be better for me to start off with a darker blue, but yeah, it's okay. Paint is meant to be used. I'll just have to find another paint that works like this. Yeah, actually, I think what I will do so I'm gonna take some of that back in there. What we'll do is let's grab one of these, because these I can get really easily. I'll just use them as a base, and then we'll go into the other blue. Are you going to be streaming today, Craft? This is applying on much brighter than I expected. I believe this paint dries really dark. As you can see, this is how it dries. Yeah, it's a nice blue. The whole reason I went with blue for the orcs is because they think blue is the color for smart, or like lucky. So, given that I want them to be like very tech orcs, I thought, you know, let's make blue their favorite color. So like their helmets are gonna be blue. But of course I'm gonna beat the crap out of all of this, so, or beat the devil out of it, as another famous painter said. Just beat the devil out of it. I realized that I got a weekend getaway again. Ooh, nice. Little vacation. I realized I have a lot of blues, more than any color right now. Oh. Is blue your favorite color, Breach? Or did it kind of just end up that way? see that's starting to darken up. Oh, I'm just realizing here. I'm gonna close all those tabs. My Spotify thing's not showing. Come on now. Ah, come on. Okay, 1 second here. This always happens to me. It's such a drag. He's an orc? Who's an orc? Who's my favorite? I didn't realize it until I started collecting paint bottles. Who's an orc craft? I got little orcs here. I got 2 little orcs. Oh, Breach. Breach is an orc. Maybe Breach is actually the warlord of my orc army. I feel like the song is a little louder than the other. I'm just gonna turn that down a little bit. I don't know how I feel about this. It's okay. I think orcs are cool. Yeah. Depending on in which context, of course, I guess. You know, looking at this, I probably would have been smarter if I had just bought blue primer and primed this blue. Smirt. So smirt. That's okay. This. I see I've got some cat hair here. There we go. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's gonna be better posture. I hadn't lowered my seat yet. I have been streaming so little lately that I had forgotten to lower my seat, so I'm not hunched over, messing up my body posture. Gotta take care of your body, especially as you get older. Starting to get the blue down here. And of course, I'm going to have to beat the heck out of it. You have to fade it. You have to do a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be a project. And I look forward to it. I do live. Hello, Loki. Not that you haven't been seeing me in the chat. But yes, I live on Twitch. Haven't been here for a while. I'm aware of it. I'm painfully aware of my absence. I do not do well in the heat. So I have like our curtains are like doubled up right now so that I can try and block out some of the sun. You are Liv. Yes. Yes. Earlier in the announcements, I did see that I had written, "I am a life." And then I tried to go and fix it, and oh, that I'm live. See, I can't read. I can't do anything. And just, you know, don't trust me with anything, and you'll never be disappointed. Alright. Had a hard day today myself. All good. I'm so uncomfortable in heat. You get rashes if you sweat. Oof. That's rough. I do know that feeling. You know, they're just miserable. It's like it's all the sweat, right? Oh, that is the wrong shade of blue. Oh well, whatever. Whatever, it don't matter. Yeah, I am actually very prone to heat exhaustion, so I just, like, if the sun's out, I'm not. Yeah, I spend time on my balcony and stuff, like, where there's, like, a lot of wind. So it's not that I don't see the sun ever, it's just, it does more harm to me than good. Got up at 6 a.m., went to work, came home 6 p.m., went to a board meeting, got back at 8 p.m. Oh, jeez. That's not fun. You went to bed at 6 a.m.? Yeah, Kraft, you just, like, don't sleep. Because, like, I'll see you streaming. Because I think you're, like, 3 hours ahead of me. And you'll stream until midnight my time sometimes. And, like, if you're anything like me, you can't just, like, finish things and then go to sleep immediately. Like, you gotta, like, wind yourself down. Was bed at 6 a.m. is actually so good, though. You get to see the sunrise, get to sleep through morning, which is the worst. So I can agree with that. I at least up to a point, right? So like, if you've got like just bad curtains or blinds and like the sun like just penetrates through them, that like trying to sleep during the morning can be really awful sometimes. If you live next to a construction site, trying to sleep through the construction site can be really awful too. Now, provided those two things are not factors, yeah, getting to see the sunrise, if you're in a room that's dark enough, yeah, it can be just lovely. Food poisoning? Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's tragic. What did you have? Did you have like some bibimbap, or like was it like some bulgogi? Were you having some fried chicken? It was only a little worth it. Bibimbap, bulgogi, and oh, I don't know if I've had that third one before. Is that Galibi? The text is a little small for me to see. I don't think I can eat leftovers because I need to go on vacay tomorrow. I should learn some culture. Hey man, I mean like... Oh, Zelda! Oh, are you okay? Scratching your face? You trying to at least? I mean, I can understand that in some locations it can be a little hard. Like, if you're just not in a super multicultural area, like Vancouver or San Francisco or anything like that, like, because I know I know that there is obviously like multiple cultures in Europe, and to some extent, they might have some Asian culture there, but I don't think it's quite as much as we see on Pacific Coast North America. Mind you, I mean we're right across the water from Asia in the Pacific Coast, so just a little bit more exposure that way because it's easier to travel back and forth there, right? I'd like any of you to tell me what I mean, I can't tell you about that, but I can like talk circles in like Russian food. And can tell you what the difference between pedichy and vareniki is. Zelda! Goodness gracious, girl. Gotta stop scratching. Pork belly is mad good. I mean, in fairness, none of us were talking about our own cultures, though. Kimchi made me sick. It could be. I mean, kimchi is like fermented, right? So it can kind of be a little hard to tell when it goes bad. Because, like, it's inherently already funky. Cabbage really messes you up. Eefy, do you not like cabbage? Love cabbage, especially like having cabbage rolls. Oh, cabbage rolls are so good. You love cabbage. Okay, good. I was gonna be like, we're not gonna have a problem here, are we? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's okay for people not to like cabbage. Just means I worry about them. Ooh, cabbage in soup. Kimchi is top tier, but if the cabbage was off before they prep it, yeah, you would have the wrong bacterias growing and cultivating. Did you know that fish sauce is used in kimchi? like in the process of making it. And there does exist like vegan kimchi, but by default it has fish sauce in it. That was something I didn't know until my friend was looking up recipes for how to make kimchi. Really? Variations on fish sauce are also very, very prominent in Filipino and in Vietnamese food. In the Philippines, they have their own fish sauce, but I think the one used in Korean food is probably closer to the one used in Vietnamese food. Or maybe the ones in Filipino food is essentially the same. I don't know, really. But, yeah, I've had a lot of friends share, some of the details of their food with me before. It's got to try a bunch. Filipino food can be really, really good. I had some, what was it? It was like blood stew, I think it was. Just delicious. Bit on the salty side, but just delicious. I know it might scare off a lot of North American folks or Westerners because like it gets served and it's like black, but take my word for it, really tasty. Very like savory, salty. I need to figure out what color I want this grate to be. It looks like it's kind of just stacked on top of the blue, so I might have to go blue first and then layer over top of it. Yeah, it's made from fish. It's basically the extract of fermented fish. I don't know. I think it's rather different than, say, how the Icelandic ferment their fish. And then who else? The Inuit also will ferment a good amount of things. But I think they more ferment birds than they do fish. They might ferment fish as well. I do not know the answer on that one. But I do know that what is it? I think they ferment it during the summer because during the winter, it's really handy to have that food when food might be a little more scarce. I might be remembering that incorrectly. It might be the other way around. But things like beaks end up being like super soft, and you can just chew through it. the bones all get really soft too, and they just eat the whole thing. It's really remarkable. It's a great survival strategy, especially in such a unforgiving climate. Don't know if I'd be quite ready to try it myself, but mind you, I'm not really ready to eat a lot of Icelandic food. They do have, though, this one, I don't know if fermented is the right term. It might be fermented. It's kind of just left out in the open to dry. It's like a white fish jerky. It's very good. And I'm not a huge fan of seafood, and I found it quite enjoyable. I don't know, maybe it was a genuine question. Maybe you're like, how was it made? I don't know. Maybe you were wanting some of that culture. So you're just saying a second ago, you're like, oh man, I really need to get more culture. And then bam, there's Mellow Mini's like, hey, let me tell you a little bit about that thing that you were asking about. Look at that. Look at that. Good fella, Mellow Minis. Fishing's alright. I can't say it's my favorite thing. I just don't get the excitement. And that's okay. I don't really need to get the excitement. Alright. Crammed 150 years of management, leadership, history, culture into my head. I can't process any more culture. Cool. So next week, then, is what you're saying. I kind of like the idea of maybe making these ones brass in the back. Okay. Didn't you just start up your new job? You've already got a vacation? Weren't you just on like a week or so break in between jobs? This is like a family planned vacation? Or like the office is closing down? During like summer or something? One week of vacation. Yeah, no, fair enough. Can be a little exhausting. Tradition to have summer break, midsummer. Too hot to work. Oh, exciting! Well, happy early birthday. Yeah, that makes sense. if it's a tradition. Especially in the summer heat. Is that like a Danish thing, or is that like a Loki thing? Oh, I just meant like I don't know if that's like something that like is like just like a Denmark thing, or if that's like the 1 week vacation during summer. Like, is that like a national tradition, or is that like something that you've kind of like built up over time? No judgment. I'm just like I'm very curious. Just sincere curiosity. I mean, North Americans, as it is, work too hard. Work ourselves nearly to death. Generally, like tasking 1 week here, 1 week there. Most people do 3 to 5 weeks in summer. Oh, okay. Everyone in a functionary position, office workers, are entitled to 5 weeks paid vacation a year. Ooh, that's exciting. 5 years, or 5 weeks, 5 years, 5 year vacation. No, that's very cool. I like that. So Loki, so something I'm doing right now, given that we've been getting hit with heat waves, there's forest fires starting up all over. I wanted to jump straight into a fundraiser I had already planned in October, but I decided, timing is everything. Whoops. So right now I'm doing a fundraiser for a charity, a nonprofit organization called One Tree Planted. And so what they do is, for every dollar that they get, they plant a tree. In my tabs below, or panels, or whichever you want to call it, I've included details as well as a link to their website and their, what do you call it? The basically their charity rating. So there's a really cool website where you can look up different organizations and you can see how well they score. And they got a 90%, which is, given the number of companies and how they do their spending, pretty good all in all. So I've included that there for anyone who wants to look them up before making donations. If they wanted to donate directly to them, one of the things that's really cool is you can decide what country you want your tree to be planted in. They're based in the U.S., but they do plant trees on a global scale. And yeah, so that's kind of something that I'm working on right now. If you know anyone who might be interested, do let me know. I'm not going to try this alone, but I do want to see if we can get a group of streamers to work together and try and see if we can make an impact against climate change. For the Trevor Project, we were able to raise over $157,000 within this small community here between WAVA and the Fabulous Marines. We were able to raise over $157 for charities, and so I think that the miniature painting community has the potential to make some kind of impact. Will we save the world? I don't know, but we can definitely give ourselves a little bit longer if we work together. We're all impacted by climate change. So I think that this is something worthwhile. And I'm not gonna have a time limit on this charity. I'm probably gonna do this indefinitely. Hey, no worries. You don't need to make any donations right now. Just know that I do have that link there. If you have friends who might be interested, if you know some streamers that maybe want to make some environmental impact, let me know who they are. I can reach out to them. The whole shebang. I just wanted to share some details, let everyone know. I think you came in after I was already done talking about it. I'm tired of heat waves. Are you tired of heat waves? There's a thing. It was on the news, and it was like, well, these are the all of the negative things that are impacting us with the global warming. These are all the catastrophes that can happen. But hey, you can grow grapes. Man. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, right? Climate change affects different locations differently, but the ice caps are melting. If we don't get cooked to death, we're gonna face flooding in different locations. There are already cities that are coastal that are experiencing the impact of the flooding. Zelda, hey. Don't do that. Try not to do that. Ramius is a climate warrior. I've had many talks with him. Okay, cool. Ramius, I can reach out to Ramius. Until October, I'm poor. Yeah, man, I hear you. I'm trying to pay off my debts and stuff. My credit card bills are unreal. But, it's what we can't do today, maybe we can do tomorrow. And so forth. Or down the line on a future date. So one of the places that we see that in my lifetime, I've directly seen the impact of climate change is in my hometown during the winters. So during the winters, in my childhood, we would see frigid temperatures of negative 30 degrees Celsius every year. And now we are seeing wavering temperatures go from negative 20 to 1 degrees, and basically snow's not building up. Now, is that killing us? No, of course it's not. But we are reaching in my hometown higher and higher and higher temperatures. Before we would maybe only see 39 degrees in the summer. In my teen years, we would see 40, 41. And now, this last week, we were reaching 44, which we've never done that before. And that was outside of the heat wave. Mortgage is an important debt. Can't let that one slip out of hand. But yeah, so we're seeing things happen. And what's wild is I see people in my hometown who are climate change deniers, and I'm what are you trying to? I don't know. It's hard having a conversation with them. Oof. Yeah, transport can be expensive. I mean, that's an unavoidable cost too, right? You got to keep that income coming in. Gotta make that shmoney. Yeah. I am lucky in that during the pandemic, so I already was working for a team that was outside of our usual. My office is in downtown Vancouver. And that was the team that I was under management with. But my manager is no longer based in downtown Vancouver because I changed managers. My manager is now located in Bangalore. So it is not a requirement for me to physically be in the office at all anymore, because I am never in his office because it's in India. Actually, before the pandemic, I was supposed to actually fly out there and physically train the staff. This was before I started streaming. They all know that I do streaming. But given the times that I stream at, it's at 2 in the morning for them. It would be impossible for them to come in and say hi. That would be a very long commute. I never want my... No, it's interesting. Me and Gremling were having a conversation, and I was gonna head off to work, or not to work, just to go out, and just given that I've been home every day for so long, for us, it was very much it was a very different experience being okay, Chris is leaving for more than an hour. You know? Because I can't remember the last time I left the house for longer than that. Because otherwise it was just like I would go and do, you know, grocery shopping or whatnot, and I would walk back home. Like everything is within walking distance for where we live. I've got like 3 grocery stores that I can walk to, like 3 liquor stores. I've got a hobby store. It's a small one, but you know, it's there. I've got like a pet store. Like I drive nowhere, so I don't really have to. To and from Copenhagen is $10. That's about like what it is for. Not exactly, but that's very close to what it is to have a day pass here. You know, in the Lower Mainland, British Columbia. So if you're needing a to and from, you can spend like $7, or you can get a day pass, which gives you unlimited transit in all zones, all day long. Compared to other cities, I've been told our transit's pretty expensive, but like, you know, the moment you just like compare it to like monthly insurance for your car, it immediately, it's like, yeah, no, this is the cheapest thing. And they keep like increasing the fare price, but we've got a very nice transit system. I've been told, compared to the subway system in like New York, it's like leagues better. Because we only have a couple of trains, and they go to like all the locations, rather than like having to stop and switch every couple minutes, which just sounds stressful. Instead, you like go online, you plan your trip, you find which SkyTrain station you get off at, and you catch the bus from there, and you maybe have to transfer once on a bus, but usually you can just get like one bus to go exactly to where you need to. I'm so happy that I'm in the office again. My social skills are fried, but I feel so motivated every day. Yeah, so our tickets cost. Let's see here. So the length of time that the ticket is good for is an hour and a half, so 90 minutes. And man, I haven't been on a train for so long, I cannot remember for the life of me. But I know that I was paying like maybe $130 a month just for like a monthly pass, which is like a massive saving versus if you buy individual tickets. Yeah, like never buy your tickets individually. Yeah, my social skills, I know my social skills have deteriorated because like after like spending 20 or 30 minutes with people, I get tired. Like I'm exhausted. Yeah, I still have to do it because otherwise it's just gonna get worse. But I was visiting some friends, and man, like all of us were the exact same. It was wild. We talked for a bit, and you know we caught up like on some like the biggest things that had happened in the last whenever. And then very shortly after, everyone just went quiet. Like no one knew how to talk anymore. And I just spoke up and I was like, I'm very tired and exhausted already, but I need everyone to know I am so happy to be here right now. It was just funny. Like, please understand, even though I'm quiet, that, you know, I wouldn't rather be anywhere else than here right now. Gotta run errands? Alright, you have yourself a lovely day, Craft. Okay. I need... this? That's the 1. I want like the 4. Can you give me the 4? Is that it? That is it. Cool. I'm not an orc. I decided. Oh. Well, you would have been my favorite orc if you were. But I can accept that you are not an orc. Bye, Craft. Whoops. Yeah, that's okay. I'll just go after it, or go over it after. I can talk. I swear I can talk. I'm like great at words. Like the best. That's true. I've definitely never mucked it up before. You know, words are words are hard. Who am I kidding? Words are very hard. Loki, I have already forgotten who it was that you were saying is a environment warrior. Can you like PM me that person's Twitch? Remember what I said about like short-term memory? I don't have it. I just remembered. I was like, I got like given a person's name like Rayofi or something like that. Falling asleep. I'm going to allow it. Busy day tomorrow. Gotta sleep. I don't think an A+ is doable. Yeah, no, it's all good. You have yourself a lovely rest of the night. Alright, cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, because I want this to be like sun bleached, I'm definitely going to go and what do you call it? I'm going to dry brush the ever licking, oh my god. Ever licking, no, not ever licking, ever living heck out of this. Oh my god. Why can't I use words? Oh heck. ever living. I speak English, I promise you. It's my first language. Ah, Fiddlebert, you're still hanging out. Oh, I'm happy to see that. How you doing, buddy? You at work today? We're gonna have to meet up and hang out sometime. Chill day at work, just moving files around and editing some stuff. Oh, that's awesome. The Gremling was saying that she wanted to do like a get together with her and some friends, and wanted to know if it would be okay to invite you two. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I think that they would enjoy that. So of course I have to talk to you two about it first. Yeah, she just wants like a new start. To start the post-pandemic life on a real positive note. Well, won't be until we get our second shots, at least, though. But you know how it is. I want to do it safely. Especially with the Delta variant. Oh, you just got your second shot? Awesome. I'm not going to hear about mine until the 20th. So I can give you a solid date on that. That I do not have mine yet. And I will not until at least July 20th. But that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Grab some boba. Maybe go shopping. Oh gosh, I went to the mall the other day. Yeah, okay, so it's funny you say that. The other day, well, not the other day, this was a while back, this was a few weeks ago. I was like, I'm just going to step out and I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go and I'm going to look at things. And I got on the train. I haven't been on the train in forever. I haven't been on the train since I went on this little adventure. But I did go on the train, and man, oh man, I was not used to that. And then I got off at Edmonds, and I was like, I'm going to go to the Games Workshop store. And I went over there, and I bought nothing, because they didn't have the thing I was looking for. So I went back home. But, you know, I went on the SkyTrain. Haven't done that in forever. So I hear ya. Once things like really settle down, we could do a proper hangout, paint minis together or something, or play games even. I say this as if it's like I don't know why I'm using that tone of voice, but I'm seriously just tickled silly about the idea, of like hanging out, especially with like new people. What is this madness? Play games? Blams with the DM. Awesome. Thank you so much. You have a lovely night. Take care. Enjoy your week off if I do not see you before then. Yeah, actually, okay, so Fiddlework. So I've been like talking like a big game about like Grimdark Future, but like I hadn't played it until like just last week, and let me say, it was everything I was hoping for. Like I absolutely loved it. It's super quick to pick up. Like you can learn how to play it in the same session that like is your first session. Like, you know, I think there's a lot to say about a game that like you can learn to play day of, or like while playing. Learn by doing. That's it. I think it's usually a good sign if you can learn by doing, or at least it gets extra points from me. I mean, there are good games that don't require that. There's bad games that you can't do that with. Like Snakes and Ladders. Snakes and Ladders is not a good game. It's a classic game. Not a good game. It's just RNG, the game. Did you randomly generate numbers well enough to win? That and Monopoly. Very similar. Nice. Those quick-to-learn games are great. I think you mentioned it was quick-to-learn and hard to master, which is perfect. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did talk about that before. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know how balanced it is yet. I haven't had enough, like, games to play. But it's easy enough that if balancing changes needed to be made, that it would be really easy to do so. You know, just like change the points of things and you're good to go. Because like it's just a small group of people that do it. Actually, Phil, are you familiar with Hammer Time Hobbies? It's a little hobby shop up in North Vancouver. Painted a bit more DF last night. Some pieces left over from my... Yeah, okay, cool. So that is a shop that I'm wanting to check out. It's operated by a friend of a friend, and just a small little time shop. It's like right across the street from like Big Pete. But he doesn't have an online store, unfortunately. So if I want to support him, I have to actually physically go there. So I haven't been doing that. But when I'm over there, I can send you pics. Maybe it's something that you would want to go to check out. So whenever I'm able, I would rather support a small shop. Yeah, yeah, it's just a little place, right? And like he doesn't want to like stir the waters or anything, so like he like has done everything he can to make sure that like he's not actually competing with like Big Pete, which I've tried to like say like, you know, it's your shop, like I don't think you should have to worry about that. But, you know, he's just happy with his little store. So the fact that he has it makes him happy, and you know, I think that's lovely. But given that he's all the way in North Vancouver, it's a little tricky for me to go just hop on over. So I want to do that sometime soon. This little truck is starting to turn into something neat. Makes me happy. Yeah, exactly. Like, make a day of it. Go get dinner, you know. Also visit Big Pete's. Maybe buy some cool D&D stuff, because, you know, Big Pete does D&D, and then Hammer Time Hobbies does miniatures and war games and stuff. Oh, what are you making sad sounds for? You're fine. A hobby crawl? Oh my god, yes. And then go for like some beers after? Oh my god, you're speaking my language. Justin, or Fiddleworth, are you and me going on a date? I mean, we'll have to tell Gremling and Mia, I guess. Too funny. Gotta have fun. I'm sure me and my... yeah, they would. I remember I was hanging out in one of Mia's streams before, and... which I miss, by the way. I miss her streams. Her streams were super, like, chill and laid back and very fun. I loved hanging in there while, like, getting ready for my own streams. But... what was that? Maybe you were even there. She's like, I don't know how I feel about the influence that you are on Fiddlewort. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was fun. My reply is like, well, I mean, we could have worse, like, influences. Like, what if our influences were drugs? That would be way worse. Like, whoa, like, you know, so just plastic. Plastic and resin figures. Maybe some pure ones. Well, it started before I met you, so yeah, exactly. I can't be blamed. You can't be blamed. Yeah, see? What's enabling? I don't know what that word means. What's enabling? What a strange word. Why would you say that? do. So have there been any other projects you've been working on, Filbert? Alright. I think I should probably do a little bit of green on this guy. Get that started. Oh, hello, Gannon. Are you being cute as heck? Okay, bye, Gannon. I blew your cover, buddy. Love chamomile. Alright. So these guys are just small orcs, so I'm going to do just heavy green. Not go with a heavy black green. Oh, you've really invested in your new D&D campaign. I am all ears. So mostly writing for that, but I had on the terrain and minis, I've just been doing bits of odd stuff in here and there, tables, furniture, and stuff. Oh, so you've been doing like the small stuff. That's cool. I've got like a bunch of furniture minis, but like I'm never really super motivated to paint them because like, you know, I'm usually focused on the monsters and stuff, or like new NPCs, or like, I mean, like the furniture stuff needs to be done, but like then there's like the dungeon tiles and the fiddly bits. Yeah, the terrain crate. Yeah. How do you like terrain crate? I did purchase a terrain crate, and I have some mildly mixed feelings on it. But I mean, like the things that are the plastic quality, like the light brown plastic that I'm not as huge a fan of. It's for things that are like much less important in, you know, of everything that you place on the field, so it's not too bad. Because like the things that are like walls and ruins, like they use really high quality plastic on. It's just not on the things like the wheelbarrow, you know. Yeah. Like a little wobbly plastic, but again, like they're not on the important parts of furniture. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't mind it so much for like certain big things, because like if the size of the object is large enough, like in width and depth, then it's not so bad because it's not gonna like fall over or anything. But you know, it has to be very certain things. Yeah, sounds good, bud. can't tell. Is that a cat hair or is that like a mold line? Alright, so we're going with that pit. Got our little driver here. He connects in there. So I had to like shave the resin so to get him to fit in, because I think there was something I did. I had mucked up somewhere. I can't remember where it was. There we go. So now he fits in like that. I don't know why they bothered making it so that his left arm was sleeveless, because like that's the arm that you can't see. So we can see the sleeved arm right there. It's kind of a silly choice. That's okay. It's maybe a little more exciting that way. Get that cat hair off there. This guy here. I really like this green for orcs. Like, I really think this is like my default green color for orc skin. Hey, welcome back. So we are just painting up the driver and the turret guy. So this is glued in here. So just starting off with a little bit of green orc skin. Yeah, for the charity, I was originally wanting to do it during like October, and I was going to call it Orktoberfest. Like, I was always planning on doing a charity for One Tree Planted, but like, given we just had a heat wave and like Lytton got evacuated and like 90% of the village got burned down, and, you know, there's other cities that are still being evacuated. I was like, no, I can't wait till October, not in good conscience. I need to do something right away. So gonna try and raise some money, you know. I think I've donated already $50 just doing like tests to see if I could get like the widgets to work. But I am gonna be, you guys are gonna see me making donations every 2 weeks. I'm not that speedy. I'm just like, you know, this is just a base coat. And like, I'm not really worried of like going outside of the lines yet. So, you know, when things like, you know, they don't look good or whatever, like if I get it on his butt, like whatever. Gotta brush that butt. I think I probably also like developed a little bit of like a bit more speed on painting, just because I paint like large figures so much, and like if you're slow and meticulous with every little bit on a large figure, it, you know, takes like infinitely longer. that, and I think I'd want to do just a little bit more coats on this. There's still a little bit of transparency to that. It's like not ideal. This is an extra opaque paint, but because we're doing thin coats, you know, it's try not to knock the camera cord too much. Yeah. Still do thin coats. Just wanna get in there. Oh man, the construction is so much quieter than it was before. Oh, that makes me so happy. I can hear the hammer right now, but it's so faint. Zelda, are you staring at me right now? You are. What are you staring at me for, you cute little baby? Let's see if I can call her over here. Zelda! Hey, baby. No, not you, Gannon. Yeah, no, Zelda, Zelda. Yeah, come here, come here. Yeah, you. Come here. Hey, oh, are you stuck? Are you stuck? Hey, Zelda. No. Hey. Zelda, come on. Don't have to do that. Baby. Not you, Gannon. Gannon, go away. Zelda. Baby. Hey. Yeah. Let's come say hi. Don't need to hang out in the doorway and look sad. Alright, Fiddlebird, I think it's just you in here, and maybe a couple others. Let's say hi to Zelda. So she's got a new cone. It's a nice little transparent one. And we can see her chest is healing up nicely. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you're so precious. Yeah. Yeah, you've had it hard this last couple months. Yeah, just a little baby. Oh, you giving the camera kisses? Yeah. I like that this one's like see-through but sturdy. She can't really bend it very well, so it makes it harder for her to over-groom. Alright, I'm gonna put you down. Here you go. Yeah, she's just a little baby. I call her a baby. She's... She's middle-aged for cats. It's like 10 or 11. Alright. What do I want to do here? Let's get like a dark gray in here. So it's not quite black. It's like, so I can call that painted. Hi. Oh no, you don't need to go on my lap. Now that I've given you a taste of desk life, you're just wanting to go back up here. That's okay. We're just gonna hang out like this all the time. Okay? You don't need to go anywhere else. I don't know why, but this song reminds me of Modest Mouse. It's a very particular song. It doesn't sound like like Modest Mouse, but it reminds me. Makes me think of them. I think it's just the rhythm. The do 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 do. Oh my gosh, Gannon. Does anyone here remember Much Music? In my teen years, I spent a lot of time watching Much Music. It's like Canadians. It's It's like the Canadian version of MTV, but better, and also still plays music. I don't think they're around anymore. Or if they are, they're probably not a TV channel anymore. I think realistically they kind of got killed by YouTube, because like they would play music videos. There would be like interviews. They would tell you some of the new news about the album that's coming out. What a throwback! Yeah, right. And there was like a lot of like really successful like hosts from like all sorts of different shows that started off in Much Music. Although the favorite thing I have to remember Much Music for was Big Shiny Tunes. Such great albums. Or they had a section, I think they had a segment called West Coast, and they talked about West Coast music bands over here, like in Vancouver. And that was actually how I found out about, oh God, what's that band called? Oh my God, can I not remember them? They had the song called Good Eye Sniper. It's... And they had a comic book that went along with their albums. Oh my God, why can I not remember the name? Do I have to... I probably just have to look up Good Eye Sniper. Good Eye Sniper. Coheed and Cambria, that's who it was. Oh my gosh, why are you doing that right now? Don't do that. I also remember like all of the interviews that they did for like the West Coast show. All of them were done outside, so that you could see that it was like Vancouver or like New Westminster, Burnaby. Like it was never, none of the interviews were ever done indoors for the West Coast show, and I don't know why they did it that way. But that was something very distinct I remember about it. And it was like always like the grungy or like coastal parts of Vancouver. Like it was always like Gastown or like something like that. I think there was like some that were like at the convention center. I'm so glad I went with the Noir Black because it just looks like rubber. Like if this is not black rubber, I do not know what is. I've also realized because I use such bright lights when I'm painting my miniatures, this is something I've realized recently. When I bring them to the table, they look so dark. Because like it's painted in this like very bright thing. And like you guys can't see how bright this actually is. Because when I do, everything else goes like haywire. So what I'm looking at is kind of closer to this. Like this is how this actually looks to me. I guess I could actually probably like stream like this. Yeah, I can stream like this. This is actually like a bit better. No, this is too bright actually. Like that. There we go. That's not bad. But yeah, when I like bring stuff like this out, like it looks muted and dark. Like this guy's not like nearly as bright as he looks here. Which I still need to do this base, but I need to get a new paint refill for the base. Yeah, it's... And likewise, like when you're painting in this area that's too dark, things look just so weird when you bring it into like somewhere that's like well lit. It's really hard to just nail the lighting just right. Hey, are you okay? Are you having an itchy ear? If you want, I can itch that in just a little bit. I try to constantly bring my minis out and back into the shadows now. Yeah, I kind of go like in and out. I should probably do something similar to that. But like, I've got like this huge light behind me. I've got this light here. I've got that light over there. Oh, did that catch your attention? Oh, what's going on? You look so distressed. Here, does that help? I guess I could cheat your ear now. Oh, later. Is that good? Yeah, is that what you're wanting? Oh, you look much happier. Okay, don't do that. There you go. Does that feel better? Yeah, you look happier now. Got that. These look like they're probably actual horns that they mounted on there. So I'm gonna grab some. God, I never know what the names of the colors I use are. I always get sepia and sienna mixed up. I'm gonna grab my heavy sienna. I had to look. I had to verify that's the name of this. All right, cool. Here's a little dollop. Start bringing other colors to this. Big old tusks or horns or whatever you want to call it. You don't need to do it so bad. Come on. Are you okay? Hey. Can you not do that right now? Hey. Okay. Settle down. Stop it, please. Getting hair all over. No, baby. Settle down. Please. I will help you out in just a minute, but you got fur all over my lip palette. Now I have to be on the lookout for hair. Just heck. This is why I let Ganon up here usually, Zelda. It's because you do things like this, and I feel bad for you, and I want you to keep comfortable. And then you do things like that. Yeah, is that gonna help keep you from itching more? if I scratch for you? Just on the back of the paintbrush. Does that feel good? Like in there. Yeah, I bet that feels nice. No, don't leave too far in, or else you'll fall off. There you go. Alright, so we've done that. Now time to add... No, don't do it. Don't do it. Go with like a... Yeah! Like this like off-white color. Or should I just go with like, yeah, I'm just gonna go with like the classic, just the Vallejo model off-white. Just gotta put that here. I have to like tweezer some of these hairs off here. There's one. There's another. So I can hear the hammer. I don't know if you guys can hear the hammer. But more than I can hear it, I can feel it. See, there's a little thing right there, and I just need to yank that out. I feel like I didn't shake it enough. I know this paint comes up thicker than that. There we go. Yeah, I had like that. Oh God, why did I do that? Well, let's wipe the top of this off here. Just get like paint all over the place. I guess that's like how you know that I paint, is because wherever I go, oh no. Tell me that's the only white drop that got on there. Okay, it is. That's okay. It's okay. I have not been checking the YouTube comments. Oh, shoot. Do I have a YouTube comment? Let's find out. Love me some chamomile tea. Okay, cool. I don't seem to. So that's good. I think I'm probably only going to stream for like another 15-20 minutes. And then I do believe I will skedaddle. is that? I know there's another checker block. There's that checker block right there. And there's those little skull bits there. Yeah, I guess I could paint the skull. Wait. And then just go over it later again when I inevitably get metal paint on it. Because that will happen. Oh, it's this one. This is the one that's looking at earlier. We'll just go slowly over all of these. Gosh, having the afternoon slump. Oh, man. Philbert, I know that feeling so badly. I often find myself sitting at my desk, like, just not finding the energy to, like, really do much of anything. Just trying whatever I can sum up to just get like the absolute minimum done, just so that I don't end up doing nothing at all. Okay, so we're starting to see here something that resembles a car. Okay, so I guess I could like start fading it. Yeah, let's start fading it. So how am I gonna fade it? Is the next question. I should probably do two tones. Oh no, that hurt. Oh. Right in the elbow. Ooh, BBT. BBT is like the best. Will you bring me some? My elbow. Okay, so I think I know what I need to do. What I need to do is I'm just going to do a two-tone to this. I'm going to mix this. Because this is like a nice faded blue. Like, if you see a... Oh man, this looks like way brighter for you guys than it does for me. Let's see here. We're just going to go Shazam like that. I don't know how to make that look more correct. I guarantee you this is darker than it looks like. This looks like the brightest of baby blues, and that's not what it looks like. This is actually more of like an ultramarine color. But I'm just going to mix these two, and then I'm going to go over everything with that to make it look like sun bleached. And then I'm going to go over with this. So find one of these that's like not too like disgusting and corrupt. I'll have to like just pick at it with my fingernail. Do I have a fingernail? I do. Okay. Yeah, no. Funny bones, right? is like stuck in it. Cool. So that's like should be everything. And this one's like I know that this one will hydrate if I try to use it now. It doesn't want to come out. Yeah, one day we'll get bubble tea. One day, possibly even in the near future. Warmer than yesterday. I bet tomorrow would be actually probably best because I think it's supposed to be warmer even tomorrow. Today it's like only like 26 or something. It's gonna be like 28 tomorrow, I think. All right, cool. There we go. So, I think this is a nice big fat brush, but I should probably grab one that's just a little smaller as well, which is this one here, because I am going to have to get into some small areas right there. So, for that, what I'm going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this. Loving the cooler weather for the last 2 days. Oh my gosh, yes. The lovely weather we've been, like, it was so nice, like, just going back into, like, the low 20s. Like, I think yesterday we even didn't have the AC on until nighttime when it started, like, to get a little bit warmer again. Alright, so we're gonna just go in here. And we want this to look a little dusty. So, yeah, cool. Just be able to go in there. Oh man, during like the midst of the heat wave too, like it just felt like my hometown again, which is disgusting. Because, you know, summer back there is in the 40s every year, which is just awful. Because, like, for context, I think people, like, some people don't understand, like, just how hot 40 degrees is. I was talking with my co-workers in Bangalore, India, and to quote them, they said, "Wow, that's really hot. That's hotter than Bangalore in the summer." We only see in the 30s, because I think everyone thinks of it, like all over India as like a really hot place. Not true. It's actually North India that is hotter. Or is it South India? So, closer to the equator, which I think is. I need to think about that for a moment. Regardless, I told them about the temperature, and they saw. Yeah, it is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Yeah, it's hot when people in countries that are known for being hot say that's too hot. Yeah. If you deal bad with the heat, you probably left home for the same reason I did. Besides, trying to find a new life for yourself, also, oh my god, it is too warm here. It is this warm every year. I want out. I am tired of heat exhaustion every year, multiple times a summer. Let me go. I don't like this. There we go. Perfect. Some mistakes, and lived in Shanghai and Japan for years. East Asian summers are crushing. Yeah, because they're really humid in the summers, right? I didn't know that you spent some time in Shanghai. That's cool. I think Mia had mentioned before that you lived in Japan for a little bit. Was that both of you together? Yeah, that was both of you together. She was mentioning the hot springs, or the no, not the hot springs. The bathhouses. Onsen. There we go. Took me a moment. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. Okay, Fiddlewort, have you and Mia been watching My Hero Academia? Because I know there is some love for anime in that household. Whoops. Yeah, sweat doesn't work there. Yeah, we were lucky. We were really lucky that during the heat wave, that the humidity went down, like it evaporated up for the large part. Nope, what's that? Oh, you don't? Okay. So My Hero Academia is probably in my top 10 animes of like all time. So it is a anime where a kid. Well, actually, I should start off from the beginning. The setting is a world where people have developed meta-human superpowers. So humanity has evolved to a point that everyone is like a mutant and has some kind of like superpower. Whole population, except for like maybe 20%. And the story takes place with this one boy who wants nothing more to be a superhero. But the problem is he doesn't have a power. They call powers quirks. So you basically need a quirk, because the whole reason why superheroes became a thing in this world is because crime, like organized crime, became so much more dangerous because everyone had powers, and so the appeal of doing misdeeds was easier. Right? So besides just the police don't use their powers, but government-funded superheroes exist. And there's a school for becoming a superhero. Well, there's a couple, but the story takes place following this character and their journey to become a superhero. And it's really, really good. It's really, really, really good. All right, this is looking better. So that was Imperial Blue and Ultramarine Highlight. And now I'm going to just go with Ultramarine Highlight. Yeah, they're on their 5th season. So they have over 100 episodes. It's been doing really, really well. It's actually one of the most popular series right now. And like the whole thing is actually, it's very, very clearly inspired by Western superhero comics, which I think is one of my favorite things about it. Is that like so if you read the manga, they do all of the stops, like the pow, kablam, like that kind of thing, with the sound effects. They've got like 2 fighting games out too that also like super comic book influenced. And actually, this is I think one of the funniest things. There's a ton of Star Wars references from the creator. So like they have a Wookiee mall or something like that. There is a what is it? What's the desert planet? There's a Tatooine, and there's a city center called Hosu, which I guess is how they transliterate Hoth, because TH, not really a thing. And one of the senior characters is heavily influenced by, or inspired by Yoda. And I think that they have a Dagobah area too. But like in the manga, the editor makes a comment. He says he has a very Dagobah reference, or like a feel to him. And I was like, Dagobah? And I was like, why does that sound familiar? Oh my god, that's Yoda. And then I saw the character. I'm like, oh my god, he's got the cane. He likes playing tricks. He'll use his old age to play dumb. Like, and that he is the teacher of the previous generation. And I was like, oh my god, that is just so good. Yeah, he's teaching the newest generation. So good. All right, I am really liking this shade of blue. I feel like it could go even brighter though. Okay, cool. Keep me up to date, because like I'm looking for more people to talk about with it. What do you think?
Oh, it's good. Sorry.
Oh, in a rush? Yep. Oh, you got a meeting? Okay. Well, I am actually basically just done stream now. I'm seeing based off the time. So let's go see if we can find someone to raid. This is looking good. I'm digging it. All right. Let's see who's live. I know Shiro Senpai is live. Let's see. It's just chatting with Quiplash. Oh my gosh, there's not many people online. All right, you have yourself a lovely day there, Fiddlework. Great talking with you, bud. All right. Lurkers, do you guys have any suggestions on who you would like to see? Ah, I see Mango Smashers online. We have to go follow Mango. Let's go raid Mango.
I know, that's why I said I beat the monster. How you doing?